Okay, so what has more letters than the alphabet? The post office. Alright guys, welcome back to Socially Bearded. Thank you for staying tuned through that horrible joke and the intro. And if this is your first time here, basically what we do is we do a beard related video every Wednesday and a shave related video every Sunday. So if that's something you think you might be interested in, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, drop me a like, drop me a comment, and I hope you like what you see here. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is a company that's fairly new to me. They're not a new company by any means, but the name is Jay's Beard Essentials. You can see it scrolling at the bottom there. Now, full disclosure before we get started, Jay, or John, he actually reached out to me and asked me if I would be willing to do a review for him, and of course my answer was yes. He sent out some products. I have tested them. Actually, I tested them for about a week and a half, and then I have actually worn them periodically since the testing has been over. My testing was delayed a little bit due to a horrid sunburn. I just flat out don't tan. I just burn over and over and over. It's ridiculous. Anyway, a little off topic there. But real quick, let's talk about the company just for a second. So again, like I said, the owner's name is John, and he launched the company in March of 2017. Now, the fact that he ever even launched a company is kind of luck, you know, what you would call dumb luck or whatever. So what he did was, when he started growing a beard, he made oil for himself. And then once he kind of got the hang of it, he started teaching a group of guys that he worked with how to make their own oil too. Well, one of those guys absolutely refused to make his own beard products, his own beard oil, you know, anything. He didn't want any part of it, and he forced John to sell him some of what he was making. And you know, he gladly done so, obviously. And John's wife noticed, you know, that he was really passionate about teaching these people, you know, how to make their own products, and he was passionate about making it for himself. And you know, she kind of jumped on him and harped on him to start selling it, you know, make it, pass it out, get some feedback on it, basically testing, you know, and then to start selling it. And that's what he did. And like I mentioned, in March of 2017, he launched it. Also, real quick, his company is based out of Hutto, Texas. I think that's how you... me and him have had a conversation about how to say this, and now I've forgotten it again already. We're going to call it Hutto, though, or Hutto. Hutto, Texas. Anyway, so that's really his backstory. I think it's kind of cool, you know, that he was just actually teaching a group of guys instead of just straight out of the gate selling. You know, I like that, you know, that his wife cared enough for his passions to encourage him to do this. You know, the wives and the girlfriends and the significant others, you know, supporting us in what we do, whether it be content creation, making beard products, making shave products, whatever it is, you know, that is essential to any of our operations, my own included. So real quick, we will go ahead and get started, and as always, we'll start out with the ingredients. So the ingredients for the oil are going to be sweet almond, argan, sunflower, rice bran, and then there at the bottom is castor. Now, well, back up a second, and of course your essential and your fragrance oil blend that makes up the scent. Now, real quick, I don't normally talk about the consistency at this point in the video, but today I'm going to. The consistency for me is a medium to like a medium light. I know I said it's got castor in it, but I think the castor is pretty minimal. Whenever I put the oil in the hand, you know, it's, to me, like, I was a little skeptical if it really even had castor in it. Now, obviously, I know, you know, I've talked to John, I've got to know him a little bit. Obviously, he's not lying. It's got castor in it, right? But there for just a second, I was like, does this even, you know, because it just doesn't. I've got a lot of oils that have castor, even on the low end, and they generally feel a little thicker than that. And you guys know I like a thinner oil, so whenever I felt that consistency after just having read that it had castor in it, it was actually a nice surprise for me, especially with it being hot outside. You know, it's Oklahoma, it's hot, it's muggy, and I just don't like thick oils this time of year. So I was pleasantly surprised by that consistency. So now let's go ahead and move on to the ingredients for the butter. So we'll put that, see if I can get that to focus there. And if you guys want to take a freeze frame of it, but it's shea butter, mango butter, coconut, olive, sweet almond, and argan oil. And then it's got a minimal amount of beeswax, and then of course your essential and your fragrance oil blend that make up the scent. So real quick, we'll go ahead, since we did it with the oil, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the consistency of the butter, and I'll go ahead and show it. One thing I want to give him a huge shout out for, these cosmetic, like little safety tops that go in between the lid and the butter itself. John, that's an excellent touch. I absolutely love that. Any company that has ever done that, I've always praised them for it. I don't know why. I think it just helps seal it off if your butter was to melt, or just whatever the case is. For whatever reason, I really, really enjoy them. So take a quick little look at your butter there. So there's going to be a look at it. Now, full disclosure, there is a little bit of grit in here. It's not bad. It's a very, very minimal grit. But there is a little bit in there if that's something that bothers you. But that butter, even though it's a poured butter with beeswax, it's actually the consistency of it. It feels thick when you dig it out. It feels really dense when you dig it out, but it melts down, you know, just like that. And you know, it's almost instant that it soaks into the hair, you know. And if you get any on your skin, I've been putting it on my arms, and I've been putting a little bit here and there on my sunburn, and it is, you know, it's done really, really well as far as like the absorption rate and everything. So guys, that's going to be your ingredients. That's the only products I have. I only have oil and butter. I don't have the conditioning beard oil or balm or anything like that, so we'll just stick with the oil and the butter today. So let's go ahead and move on to the pricing. So for pricing, a 1 ounce beard oil is going to run you $14, as well as a 1 ounce conditioning beard oil. That's going to also run you the same price. Your balms are going to run $12, and your butters are going to run $17.99 for a 2 ounce. And then you can also pick up an oil butter combo for $25. Now that's all the prices I brought today. I even brought some prices for some products that I don't have, but I thought I would go ahead and throw them out there. But guys, every price you just heard, to me, to my ear, that sounds well below market average for everything. Alright, so here is where we would normally do consistency and fill and beard, but we've already talked about the consistency, so let's just go with fill and beard. Okay, so your fill and beard for the oil, like I said, it was a medium to a medium light. It's not the thinnest medium I've ever had, but it is certainly on the thinner side of medium for me. But as far as the fill and beard, I actually really enjoyed this beard oil. The first day, let me think here. The first day that I got it, I used it overnight. So I did use it with the butter. I woke up, the beard felt really nice and soft, felt protected, you know, all that. That was when the oil was combined with the butter. So the next day, I go ahead, I use the oil, I straighten the beard, you know, throw some heat to it, and I got a really, really nice filling beard. Now, full disclosure, it's not the best filling beard that I've ever had, but for the price of this product, it's very solid. You know, I would put it up there with some of the, you know, $17 to $20 oils that are offered out there. So as far as filling beard for the oil, I definitely would recommend, you know, based on that. Now for the butter, like I said, the butter has a little grit to it. It feels really, really dense coming out, you know, like when you got it on your finger or when you're trying to dig it out of there. It's a really like a thick style butter, but I did mention that it broke down and the absorption rate was pretty quick, and that's, you know, that's the experience that I had. Again, like I said, when I used it, I always used it in conjunction with the oil, and you know, waking up, I only use butter at night, so waking up the next morning, the beard always felt really good. It was pretty manageable. Now I will say, I feel like this butter can offer you a slight hold. It's not nothing, you know, like a balm or a beard wax or anything like that. But having that beeswax in there, I felt like it offered, you know, some pretty good control. Again, I never used it during the day, but you know, when I get up the next morning, I could just run a Chicago comb through the beard, and it would actually, you know, style up pretty good, at least good enough for me to go out and about, run errands, you know, stuff like that, and not look like a bum. So as far as filling beard for the butter, definitely recommend based off that also. Now, let's move on to the section that everybody wants, the scents. So I've got 3 scents that John sent. So let's talk about this one here first. This one's called Morning Breeze. Now, John doesn't exactly put the entire scent profile on his website or on the bottle. Now, real quick, I am going to make a suggestion here, is to put something onto the label and kind of let us know, you know, what we've got in our hand. Especially, you know, like if I was doing a live stream and John was on with me and we were talking about this, I wouldn't be able to grab this bottle here and look on the label and bark off that scent profile to anybody, right? It's just got the ingredients and then it's got some instructions over here. But what it does say on the website is lemon and then fresh zesty citrus. After that it says cool scent. And now that's a really good description. It fits perfect. That's exactly what I get from it. I get a zest, like that word. I always forget to say zesty when I'm describing a scent, but that's actually exactly what it is. I'm actually wearing it right now. If I didn't know any better, I would swear there was something herbal in here. I don't know whether it be like a sage or something like that. I get a zesty citrus, just like the description says on the website. But then I also get like an herbal, earthy kind of a undertone to it. Like I said, that's what I'm wearing right now. I really enjoy it. That's what I'm wearing right now, and I'm just every time I put it on, I think herbal. Like I don't know what it is, but as far as it saying that it's a cool scent, definitely it's fresh, it's citrusy, it's zesty. Definitely Morning Breeze, as the name is perfect. I think that he hit the nail right on the head there. Because that's, to me, I mean, this is something you would wear right when you wake up. You want to get a burst of freshness to kind of help you wake up and start your day. Now, this is let's move on. After Party. Move on to After Party here. Now, After Party is red saffron, woodsy, and citrus. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't know if he wanted me to say this or not, but I can tell you what the woodsy in it. That's cedar wood. So we got red saffron and some type of cedar wood. I don't know which type of cedar wood. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of varieties of cedar wood out there, both essential and fragrance. But when you first put this on, you get a big old burst of cedar wood. That red saffron is kind of to me, I think, is kind of a cologne-y, similar. I don't know. I wouldn't call it like a full-on masculine cologne or anything like that. But you definitely get, right out of bottle and right when you put it on, you definitely get that, like the cedar wood. And then I think that red saffron kind of comes on a little bit later. It gives it kind of a manly, you know, kind of a slightly sophisticated type scent. So I would call this like an earthy, sophisticated type scent. It's really nice. Really nice. I like Morning Breeze better than this one, but I don't dislike this one at all. You know, if you're somebody that's a fan of cedarwood, definitely grab that up. If you like the red saffron or just saffron, you might want to think about it also, because it's in there. You can definitely smell it. It's a really, really nice scent. I definitely recommend Morning Breeze and After Party for sure. So now let's move on to my favorite. Now this one's called Money Man. So this one says salty lemon lime musk. Straight up cologne right here. Now, not designer cologne, not anything like, oh, that smells like Polo Red or anything like that. Nothing like that I can pick out anyway. Oh, it's nice. The wife absolutely fell in love with this one. So right out of the gate, like right out of the bottle, you definitely pick up the citrus, but it's got a darkness about it along with it. So, and I'm thinking that salty is like salty air or salt air, something like that. It could be sea salt, it's something like that, but you can definitely pick that up in there. Then you get the lemon lime, and then now once you put it in beard, the musk really comes out and mixes with the sweet and tangy citrus, and it really makes it just kind of a fresh but dark cologne. It's really good. John, you did a killer job on this. Again, I like all three of the scents. I don't dislike any of them, but Money Man is absolutely my favorite that I've tried. Now, I do got my eye on a couple of other ones that he offers that I think I would probably like better than this, but for now, Money Man is going to be number one for me. Alright, so we went over pricing, we went over filling beard, we went over the scents, we've given a little bit of John's backstory. Now, right here, I am going to offer John just a little bit of feedback. You know, obviously I wouldn't be doing my job if I did not offer this feedback to him. And the first thing I'm going to say is with the labels. Okay? Now, I don't hate the labels, but one thing I have always kind of disliked is when people put like a picture of themselves on the label. I'm not saying that it looks cheap, that it looks anything. It's just, it really looks homemade. So I think to achieve, you know, a more professional look, I would come up with a logo that kind of helps, you know, that kind of stands for you know, for what you believe, you know, what your company motto is, what your mission statement is, you know, something like that. Now, obviously, I'm a small channel. There's much bigger guys out there that have reviewed your stuff, and you know, they might 100% disagree with me, and they might very well be right. Again, the labels just weren't, they wasn't something that just necessarily turned me on. You know what I mean? I don't dislike them, but they were just a little plain. I would also ask that you put some kind of scent profile or a description, just a description of the scent. Obviously, scent profiles can be proprietary, so you don't have to put them on there, and that's totally fine. I get it. You want to, you know, protect your investment there. But something, you know, like the kind of like the descriptions you've got on the website, I'd really love to see them on the labels, and I would love to see you come up with a really sharp logo, you know, to slap on your labels. See, so one thing I will say, did an excellent job with these. I love these containers right here. I've heard people say they don't care for these containers, that they look cheap. In my opinion, it's exactly the opposite of that. Now, obviously, glass is my favorite. But any container you can get that has that cosmetic seal thing on there, I really enjoy that. Also, the side label on that, I really enjoy that side label. I like the font, you know, and I also like that you kind of color coordinate everything. So every scent's got a different color. You know, once you have these products for a little while and you reach for them, you know what you're grabbing. So, you know, that's just something to kind of keep in mind there. And again, really my only gripe is with the labels, I guess you could say. And I'm not necessarily griping about it. Just, you know, in my opinion, I would look for, you know, a really nice logo that you can put on, you know, put on your labels, butter, oil, balm, all that stuff. So really, and that's really the only hard feedback that I have. So, you know, with that being said, guys, I think that is going to do it. I definitely recommend this company. Also, if you are looking to buy something from this company, use SB15 and that will save you 15%. Now, that's just a discount code. It's not an affiliate, and that code will be active from now on. So guys, that's really all I got for you today. I won't hold you any longer, and I appreciate everybody for joining, and we will catch you guys next time. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. If you're new here and you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and remember to follow me across all social medias.